Okay, Nate, thank you. We want to get more now on one of our top stories this morning, and that's the news that mortgage holders are losing tens of millions of dollars in interest savings from faulty offset accounts. For more, we're joined by the CEO of the Consumer Action Law Centre, Stephanie Tonkin in Darwin. G'day, Stephanie. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. Many of us, if we have a home loan and a mortgage, we set up the offset account with the bank, we organise it, we think, OK, we don't need to even worry about it anymore. But this indicates we might need to take a closer look at it.
That's right. ASIC released a report today showing Australians who have offset accounts may have lost the opportunity or lost significant amounts of money in missed interest rate reductions. ASIC has identified issues with banks in identifying and connecting up offset accounts with home loans that leads to the discounts over time, issues with the linkage breaking when a loan might be changed and the offset account becoming disconnected from that loan, and also just the fact of the matter that it's really difficult for consumers to know whether they are in fact getting all the benefits that they're entitled to under the offset account system.
Well, I think a lot of people, if they have a home loan, they might know about offset accounts, but a lot of people wouldn't quite know how they work. Can you just explain that for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you take out a loan, a mortgage, generally you can have your savings money in a separate account, but those two are connected. And the money you have in the account offsets or reduces down the amount of interest you have to pay on the home loan. And so we're not talking about small amounts of money. And in fact, the report found that in 2 years, banks were compensating over $50 million to consumers. So it might be $5,000 that consumers missed out on. The report also gave an example of $17,000 a customer had been disadvantaged. But how do we know? And that's where we put our trust in the banks to make sure that they have the systems to properly link offset accounts with home loans and to be able to identify when things change and, of course, to compensate customers when they haven't been given all of the discounts they're entitled to.
Yeah, that figure of $55 million in compensation that banks have paid over a 2-year period to customers because they were, things weren't set up properly. Were you shocked by that?
Absolutely. With offset accounts, you might think it's just a small amount of money, but we're talking about 14% of the home loan market, so it's nothing small. We have over nearly $350 billion in offsets savings and accounts. So this is a mainstream problem and something that I think consumers expect banks to have their systems in order to be able to offer what the product is set out and holding itself out to do.
Should the banks cop much blame for this or consequences for this happening?
Well, look, I think this is a bit of a wake-up call. What struck me from reading the report was this looks like an issue that's sort of been off over to the side. The banks are busy with lots of other problems like scams and fraud, and this is an issue that maybe was overlooked. Banks will and are compensating and remediating customers for the amounts of money that they've lost or weren't entitled to in terms of discounts. But the report also calls out that ASIC feels there's more that hasn't been uncovered yet. So I think banks absolutely probably need to go back to the beginning and have a good hard look at their systems and make sure they're doing what the product is supposed to do, which is offset the interest rate.
And what can consumers do about it? Do they just have to call their bank? Is there any way of, besides asking the question, is there any other way that they can find out?
Well, these financial products are tricky. They're not exactly transparent, and it can be hard to know if you are receiving the full benefit or the full discount. You can call your bank. You can, in some products, look online in your banking app to try and work it out, but absolutely call your bank. If you're not happy with the response, you can go to the Australian Financial Complaints Authority and lodge a free complaint for an independent determination.
OK, Stephanie Tonkin, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Pretty extraordinary story, isn't it? All right, let's bring